Hey guys, in this video we'll do a comparison between BlackBerry 10 and BlackBerry Android to see which one's better for you. But before we begin, if you're asking yourself why the bottom piece of my BlackBerry Classics keyboard is missing, I've peeled it off and on so often that I just lost it. Of course, BlackBerry 10 and Android are totally different operating systems. And if you're an app guy, you need like Hangouts, you need Snapchat, you need a fluent Spotify, then I think the choice is obvious because you have to go with the BlackBerry PRIV. Because on BlackBerry 10, Snapchat isn't working, Google Hangouts isn't working because it's a Google app, and also Spotify isn't working that nicely. So as I said, if you're an app guy, I think the choice is obvious. If you want to stay with BlackBerry, something like the BlackBerry PRIV or the DTEC 50 might just be the right device for you. What I think the BlackBerry 10 is for people that need to stay extremely productive and don't want to miss out on social media with the apps like Twitter, Facebook, and also Instagram. And you can do all of those things on BlackBerry 10. But what I mean with this, we'll see now in the more detailed comparison where I go into some apps and compare them between BlackBerry Android and BlackBerry 10. So let's begin with the BlackBerry Hub, and I'll start with the BlackBerry Hub on BlackBerry 10 because the Hub is like the biggest feature on BlackBerry 10 because it has all your messages organized and it's one inbox for all your notifications. And the Hub on BlackBerry 10 is a very thought out app. It's very deeply integrated into your system, so I don't know if you can even say that it's an app. It's easily reachable with the hand gesture or finger gesture, peek and flow, where you just swipe up from the bottom and then to the right to just peek into the Hub to see if you have any messages, and if you're interested you can just swipe more to the right to enter the Hub, and if you're not interested then just go back. So what do I mean with deeply integrated into the system? Well, if you get a notification, you can answer it directly from the Hub itself. You don't have to go out of the Hub and enter a new application. You can just answer it from the Hub directly. And something like this is just essential for fast and fluent messaging, in my opinion. So it's ideal for heavy messaging. If you get hundreds of emails a day, hundreds of messages, then the Hub is the perfect thing for you. And also on BlackBerry 10, it might just be the right thing for you. So let's continue with the Hub on BlackBerry Android or BlackBerry PRIV or DTEC 50. And the Hub is also an app that summarizes all of your notifications that you get throughout of the day. It doesn't get all of the notifications, for example, Snapchat or YouTube aren't supported, but things like WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook all are supported. The problem with Android BlackBerry is that you get the notifications in two places, so in the top scroll down menu and also in the Hub. But they've updated it so far that if you swipe away a message in the top scroll down menu, it's also marked as red in the Hub. But still it's kind of confusing if you have two places to go through your messages. And yeah, that is something I've noticed. And also it is not as deeply integrated into the system as it is on BlackBerry 10. Because if you click a message, for example WhatsApp, you get taken out of the Hub into the WhatsApp application. So if you go back, you don't go back into the BlackBerry Hub, but instead into the WhatsApp application. So that is kind of confusing and much more of a hassle to quickly answer emails or messages. That is just what I noticed. Emails, however, are integrated in the Hub, so you can answer them directly from the Hub itself. But what I noticed is that I'm not using it as much on BlackBerry 10 because you have this top scroll down menu. It's just much more easy to swipe down from the top to see your messages, and I only use the BlackBerry Hub to see my emails, and if I search for a message that I got like 2 or 3 days ago that I'm not able to do with the top scroll down menu. But yeah, that's kind of sad because the Hub is actually quite a nice app. So let's move on to the next thing. And it might be a bit nitpicky for you, but it was a small problem for me, so maybe it will be for you as well. And it's about the media and ring controls. So on BlackBerry 10, it's quite easy to change your ringtone by just swiping from the top and clicking the small bell in the quick settings menu. And then you can easily change to vibrate only, ringtone only, or totally silent. And the volume controls on BlackBerry 10 only control the media volume, so not how loud your cell phone will ring. And you also have that middle button on BlackBerry 10 devices that acts as a pause button. So if you're watching a video or listening to music, if you press that button, it will pause the video. But on BlackBerry Android or the BlackBerry PRIV, I think it's a general problem of Android, is that those buttons are very confusing. If you click a volume button, it doesn't control the media volume that you want to control. It actually controls how loud your cell phone will ring. You can do that by small steps, but what I'm asking myself is, when would you ever need to adjust your ringtone volume step by step? So, oh, I want to have my cell phone ring at 74% and not at 76. Like, that's so annoying because I accidentally click a button and it just turns off my ringtone completely if I just hold that volume down key, and then I won't get any notification or I just miss them, and that is what I really don't enjoy. And another thing is that those buttons control 3 features. So you can control your ringtone volume, your media volume, and also your alarm volume. And it's the same thing with alarms. When would you ever want to adjust your alarm step by step to, I don't know, 68%? And that just, I don't know, it's just a problem for me. I like that they integrated the middle button that is iconic for BlackBerry in the BlackBerry PRIV, but it just doesn't have a real option, because if you press it, it only mutes the media volume. It doesn't pause the media, and I think, in my opinion, they could do or put a convenience key into that middle button to quickly open an app or something, or to just mute or make your phone louder and stuff. But yeah, that's just what I noticed. Well, let's continue with the topic system speed. And on BlackBerry 10, the system speed is very fluent, but what I noticed is when you're switching between heavy apps or apps that are native to BlackBerry, it sometimes stutters. And it's the same on Android BlackBerry. If you're switching between heavy apps, it sometimes begins to stutter. It is doing a great job, no complaints about that, but you just sometimes see a slight stutter. No problem for me. But what I noticed is that apps that are in the Play Store, that you downloaded from the Play Store, open much quicker on BlackBerry Android, and they also run smoother than on BB10, and that's of course normal because BlackBerry 10 is actually a BlackBerry operating system and Google apps don't run as nicely as on a native Google Android system. But it's also with the native apps that you get on your BlackBerry 10 device, they sometimes don't open as fastly as they open on Android or BlackBerry Android. That's just what I noticed. But it's not a big thing that should put you off of a BlackBerry 10 device, but also again something that I've noticed. So let's continue with the battery, and it's a thing on BlackBerry 10 devices. They seem to last much longer if they have the same battery size as they would have on an Android system. And that is because BlackBerry 10 is designed to work very efficiently with the battery usage and stuff, because all those apps are working together in a way that they don't drain the battery too fast. And on Android, it isn't very optimized. The battery tends to drain much quicker, even on the BlackBerry PRIV, which has a very big battery. It lasts as long as my BlackBerry Classic does, and it has like double the size nearly. No, it doesn't, but it has like 1,500 mAh more, the BlackBerry PRIV, but it just doesn't last longer, and I think it's because of the Android operating system. So let's continue with the security, which is a big thing on BlackBerry 10, because the whole system is encrypted and you cannot get into it, you cannot get any message from it remotely. And that is a nice thing about BlackBerry 10. It's also the reason why so many governments and presidents or governors or whatever are using BlackBerry 10 as their phone of choice, or they also need to use a BlackBerry 10 device because the firms or the governments don't want to get hacked. So all your messages that you send with the phone are encrypted, that you cannot open them from outside. I think the approach that BlackBerry did on BlackBerry Android with the security is very nice. They really push Android to its security limits, and they put everything they can put into an Android system into their phones. A good example is the Detect 50 by BlackBerry also that they advertise as the most secure Android phone in the world. And they have special chipsets also in the Android phones that encrypt your OS a bit, and they also work together with the security apps that they have on BlackBerry Android, for example like Detect by BlackBerry, which is a security app that they developed, and that also pushes, as I said, the security features of Android to its limits. But of course, Android will never be as secure as BlackBerry 10 because BlackBerry 10 was strictly designed and developed by BlackBerry themselves. They write the code, they can change exactly what they want, they can make it as secure as they want. And on Android or BlackBerry Android, they can't, because Android is a system that is used by so many manufacturers and they need to make it accessible for many people, and it's just not possible. BlackBerry is putting much effort into updating their phones with new security patches. They have a thing called same-day patches. That means that once a month Google Android releases a list with all their bugs or vulnerabilities that they have in the system, and BlackBerry actually releases a fix or update for all of those problems on the same day. That is a great thing about the BlackBerry Android phone. So what can you say in conclusion in the comparison between BlackBerry Android and BlackBerry 10 operating system? So if you need the security, if your company relies heavily on security features, then the BlackBerry 10 OS phone is the right thing for you. It's also the right thing for you if you do a lot of heavy messaging, if you get tons of emails throughout the day and you just need to be productive, and a phone isn't as much of a gadget to you that you play games on, then it's the right thing for you. So when is the BlackBerry Android system the right thing for you? I think it's the right thing for you if you use a lot of Google apps like Google Hangouts or I think Google Mail, and also if you need the apps. If you are using a lot of bank apps that only are available on the Android operating system, or if you need like Snapchat or a lot of social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, that work on the BlackBerry 10 operating system as well, but they just work on Android, on a native Android device, much faster. So who do I think is the right buyer persona of a BlackBerry Android device? I think it would be someone that works in a marketing sector of a company that needs to push out many social media updates throughout the day. For example, on Snapchat stories, Instagram stories, Facebook, tens of posts on Facebook and Twitter, and then this is the right thing for you. Because you have the keyboard, which is great for writing or updating your Twitter feed, and if you don't want to compromise on speed and social media features, then I think a BlackBerry Android device might just be the right thing for you. So that was the comparison between BlackBerry Android and BlackBerry 10. If you want to see a part 2, then leave a comment in the comment section below just to let me know. Also, if you like the video, click like, and also please press the subscribe button to make sure you're updated with the newest videos that I upload. Also, make sure that you share the video if you liked it, maybe. I've never asked for that. And also leave a comment on what you think about this video. We see us in a new video. As you see, I'm pushing out videos much more frequently now. So it might just be that we'll see us again in 2 days or 1 day. I don't know. But see you then. Until then, bye.